Alright, it's day number 68 of my talk in front of the camera, trying to enhance my ability to speak English and just improve my colloquial English. So today I continue with IELTS questions, and the topic is about languages and language learning. And I think it will be interesting to answer those questions because I like to do this. I've been learning languages for 3 years, and yeah, I would like to talk about this, to be honest. So let's get started, and let's talk about languages. What languages can you speak? All right, I can speak Ukrainian, Russian, English, and somehow French. I don't know, can I count it or no? Because currently I'm learning French, and I have basic knowledges about it, but I don't know. I guess I can count it as half of the language that I can speak. So, what languages would you like to learn in the future? To be honest, in the future, I would like to learn a lot of languages. When I uh, when I get fluency in English and French, I want to start learn Spanish. Then after Spanish, I want to know Italian language, because it's pretty similar to French, and also if I know English, Spanish, French, Italian language isn't really hard. Also, I would like to know Arabic, but I guess it will be pretty hard to learn it. And also German language. Also I want to know Polish language because it's pretty easy to understand. For example, it's pretty similar to Ukrainian language, and it's very easy to learn. But anyway, if you don't learn it, you can't understand it. For example, almost each Ukrainian know how to speak Russian language and understand, but with Polish it's a bit harder. We kinda able to understand them, but to talk Polish to understand everything and rules we can't. So we have to learn this language if we want to speak. So I would like also to learn, for example, as I mentioned, Polish, and I know that's probably mainly all, but probably I would like to learn something more specific, kind of. I don't know. I don't think that I'm gonna learn Chinese or Japanese. I don't want to learn it at all, and it's so hard. But Arabic sounds good, to be honest. So there are a lot of languages, and probably I don't know. I would even learn more if I had time and ability to learn this out. All right. How do you usually learn a foreign language? Nothing special, to be honest. Currently, I'm learning English and French because my English I like honing and polishing, and French I'm learning because, for example, in English I can speak, communicate somehow, but I have some gaps that I need to fix, and there are some areas that I need to improve to get fluency. So I have a lot of different websites that promote my grammar, that promote my writing skills, my listening. Due to AI, for example, I can any text I need, I can make sound from that, due to AI. And also I'm using ChatGPT. I am watching a lot of videos, and I even have some websites when I have a minute, and there are some words and I have to write them fast, and as faster I'm writing, the faster I'm writing, the better it is. So I'm even training my feeling of keyboard, when I need to write something. And usually, yeah, even for French, even for English, I have some websites. I even try not to use some books to learn grammar because, for example, in French it really works. I really understand grammar good from English book, but from French book. But in English it's a bit harder. I need to watch some videos to understand how does it work, and I'm confusing. However, French grammar is much more harder, to be honest. I just didn't. I still just didn't face with really hard grammar in French because my level is kind of beginner between A2, A1, A2, and the higher level you have, the harder grammar there are. So in English, I have a bit higher level, and I'm facing a bit harder grammar. I mean, but generally, yeah, it's books, websites, ChatGPT. I mean AI, YouTube, and that's all, I guess. Also, I like to speak with someone, to chat with someone if I have this ability, because for practice it's really great, and usually several times per week, regularly I'm talking with someone in English, and that's cool enough to practice it. And also it counts kind of learning. I don't think. Oh, I don't know. I think so. I mean, all right. Let's move next. And wait, what? No, there. Next question. How are languages taught and learned in your school? To be honest, I don't know. I hope that the language is taught in my school well, because I didn't learn it in school at all. I had an opinion that it's useless. I don't want to move abroad. I don't need at all learn different languages, and I avoided on purpose. Even when I had time, when I had ability, uh, I didn't learn it on purpose. So I can say that it's really good education in school, but it's definitely better than nothing, and it's a great ability to uh, practice your English constantly, because in school I had 5 times per week English classes, and I hated them because I didn't know English. It was hard for me. I didn't want to learn that, and yeah, I just didn't have desire to learn, so I can't condemn my teachers because of bad education, because of bad teaching or something like this. So I don't really know how it was in my school. Alright, I got interrupted, so let's move to the next question. Do you think learning a language is easy or difficult for you? To be honest, it really depends on the levels that I want to get learning the language, and usually me as a perfectionist, I want to get as high as possible level, and yeah, it's a bit hard because there are a lot of areas that I need to study, but I want to learn it as soon as possible. So I'm trying not to learn everything simultaneously, and as a result, I just burn out and don't want to learn it. So I have to take it wisely, and it just requires a lot of time. So I can't talk about other people, but in my case, yeah, it's really a bit hard to learn language, because when you learn constantly, and anyway, you realize that there are a bunch of information that you have to learn. Uh, it's a bit you know disappointed when you realize that you are learning it constantly, but there are constantly some more rules, words that you have to know, and yeah, it's a bit hard. So I can say that, yeah, definitely learning languages is hard, but at the same time it's interesting and captivating. So I like to do that, definitely. Yeah. So the next one is part 2, long run, and describe a foreign language you would like to learn. You should say what the language is, why you want to learn it, how you plan to learn it, and explain how learning this language could help you in the future. I would like to. All right, I just can talk about French because I have more arguments why I have to learn it, but I'm gonna talk about Spanish probably. So that generally there are a lot of languages that I would like to learn, but uh, yeah, I would like to learn, for example, Spanish, because I guess that it's pretty cool language, and me as a person who's learning French, like it's not really hard to learn Spanish, especially when you know French and English. It's really easier to learn Spanish. Also, I like this country. I like Spanish, and I would like to know their language. I like how does it sounds, and how can it help me in the future. I don't even think about this because first of all, why I want to learn it, because it's interesting to me. I realize that it's probably could could be useful, might be useful for uh, my future career or something like this, because it's really precious when when the person know a lot of languages. And yeah, it's probably will be useful in terms of working. And also it's a great way to communicate with a wider group of people, because if you have never tried to speak with someone from another country, with foreign people, if I can put it in this way, it's really much more cooler when you can speak due to your mouth, when you don't need to use translator and you can express your thoughts in the way you want to do it. So yeah, I definitely would like to know Spanish. I don't know, just I like this country, and I would like to probably communicate with someone from that country. And of course, there are probably a lot of people who know English, but David, I just want to know Spanish. I can't even explain, just it's a cool language, in my opinion, you know? So yeah, it is. And I can even talk about different languages, for example, because in French I have different purpose. I mean, I'm learning French because it's also interesting to me, more interesting than Spanish. That's why I'm learning now French. Also, I live in French society. I know how to need French, and I don't know. It's really cool when you are able to speak different languages. It feels better. It promotes your self confidence, and it's really cool. And for example, if I would talk about the purpose of learning Polish, for example, I want also to learn Polish, and I could say that it's just easy language to learn, to understand, to practice. Over the past 2 years, I had about 20 flights in Poland and back. So I really visit that country pretty often, and I even able to understand when people talk about something, when I need to communicate with someone in Polish. I can somehow do this with troubles, of course, but anyway, it's possible, and it's including that I don't learn that language, so it's easy, and I like Polish as country, and I would like to spend there probably some part of my life, and I would like to know that language also. So let's stop, because I can talk about several more languages and it will be too long. I have to describe like a one foreign language that I would like to know. So I said about it, and let's go next. It's so hard to open my mouse wider because of elastics. You see it, bro. Alright, let's talk more about learning foreign languages. Let's go. Why do people learn foreign languages? Probably because it opens new abilities in your life. For example, first of all, when you are working and you know different languages, at least one foreign language, you also have some advantages over the people who don't know that. One advantage, and over the people who don't know that. Also, if you, for example, learning English, is a great way to watch movies in original, what is really cool. And probably when people want to travel a bit, they also learn languages, because for example, English is necessary when you are traveling around the world. English is the most spoken language in the world, so it's very important to know at least English. And I guess that the most important Um, the most important is English, but I forgot what I wanted to say. And yeah, so there are some reasons. If you want to study abroad, if you want to work and get higher salary, if you want to travel, if you want to just to understand different people from different cultures, and it just enrich your mindset. You need, and yeah, that's just cool. That's just cool, I guess. All right, do you think children are better at learning languages than adults? Why or why not? Yes, definitely. And I watched a lot of videos about this, and it's scientific fact that children's absorb information better than adults, and I don't know why their brain is like perceive better information. That they at least they don't afraid to try use their language between other people, and I don't know. I have a lot of arguments because of this, but the only fact that I know that children better speak English than adults, and probably it's because after 25 years old, our organism continue living with destroying itself, and our brain isn't that fresh as when we are children, and it becomes harder to remember, to understand, to communicate, so yeah, it's definitely easier for children. All right, how has technology helped language learners? Me as a language learner, I can definitely say that everything changed significantly, because I remember when in the school I tried to learn something. I needed to pick up vocabulary like with 1,000 pages to learn for one word that I want to know, and that was so fucking hard, boring, and it I lost my desire to learn language immediately. So it was really hard. Probably you needed to buy some books, you needed to buy some vocabularies, real paper vocabularies, to learn language. But now, due to our gadgets, AI, we can ask everything we're interested in. For example, some translators sometimes don't understand what do I want to get from them, but ChatGPT always understand it, and different AIs. That's like crazy. That's now we have the best time ever to learn languages without any troubles, without educators, without spending some funds for that, because you just open some websites and you are learning. That's all. So of course, technology promoted it pretty well, and nowadays we have a bunch of abilities to learn languages on our own. So, is it more useful to learn a global language like English, or a religional one? What? Religional language? What does it mean? I don't know. To be honest, I think that of course English will be better to learn, because if you are going to learn religional language, it won't help you in surrounding. But if you know English, for example, you're a person who know only his mother tongue, and you want to move abroad to communicate with different people, the best way is to learn English, to know English. So of course English will be better over any language. Probably if, for example, you found yourself in another society when you know your native language, but you live in different society and nobody speak your language. So of course probably the language of that place will be more important than English. But generally, I'd recommend first of all to learn English to everyone, and only then you can choose any language you wish to learn, because that's really important to be anywhere in this world except your own town, and it makes your mindset wider. It's an ability to see more, to understand more, and to improve your brain, just, you know. All right, do you think speaking multiply languages gives ever again? Do you think speaking multiple languages gives someone an advantage in real life? Of course. I mentioned about it in the beginning of the video that the people who are able to speak more languages, they are more precious than people who speak only their own, because it's an important skill to communicate directly with some people. When you have a company, you want to work with different countries, you know, to make higher your incoming, and you need a person who's able to communicate with them directly, because due to translator nobody want to work like this, and also translator also is mistaken, don't understand what specifically you want to say, and it's hard, so you need to find a person who's able to help you with that, and usually yeah, it's very important, and the person who want to work with in another country with his own brand, he's ready to pay a lot of money to person who's able to communicate with that country, if you know what I mean. So of course it's very important to know a lot of languages, to be like linguistic, and yeah, you are opening a lot of doors in your life due to these knowledges. So that's all for today. Thanks if someone watched it, and I have to go because in 5 minutes I have to head out the door, because I have a French exam in 35 minutes and I have to go. So see you next time.